Jacob Rudner, Sun Devil Source. Chase, for you, what does this win mean just to be able to end your ASU career at home with this kind of victory?
Man, it's like a dream come true. Honestly, I've been in the record books twice now, man. So this is a fun feeling. It's a great feeling. But I think we got another game to worry about now. So we're gonna celebrate this win as a family, as a team, and we're gonna go on to the next.
And Chase, what did it mean to see Jack just take that ball?
Man, it felt good, man. Because I know that I think it was the second play of the game when they threw that little half pass back or whatever. I know he was mad. So the whole game, he was just building on that. And for him to make a great play like that, it's going to go down in, ASU versus U of A history. So I'm very happy for him. And I think he's going to have a great future to the next level.
Michelle Gardner, Arizona Public. I'm going to go with Chase because you've been here the longest. Herm is now 4-0 against the rival team, and you've obviously been part of a lot of those. What does it mean for you guys to have this kind of record against them?
Like I said, it's like a dream come true. Ever since I knew about ASU versus U of A, I used to come to this game as a little kid and just seeing like the rivalry, the fights, the chippiness, the going out and people talking all the time. It's just what makes this rivalry such a good thing. And Herman Edwards, I believe he said he's the second coach ever to be 4-0 against them. Hey, that's kudos to him. And I know Ray Anderson just told us that in the future that Herman Edwards is going to be our coach now too. So despite all that BS that y'all hearing, man, Herman Edwards is the coach.
For Connor and Kyle, Mac Friday, Devil's Digest. You guys were both in the game with Will. You guys all went to Saguaro together. What's that mean to you to be playing together in this rivalry with all three linebackers being SAGU grads?
Yeah, being homegrown, this cup means a lot to us. If you don't win this cup at the end of the year, it's not a good season. So it's a big thing for our pride, for the state, for the hometown, to keep this cup here. And I'm glad we did that, and we'll continue to do that in the future.
Yeah, it's definitely a special feeling being able to see both these guys, through high school, just embrace and understand the grind and become the players that they are today. It's super special to be able to play beside them in such an important game. Obviously, the Territorial Cup is always the game that everybody circles at the end of the year. So happy we can get the dub.
I want to go back to the long run, Jaden. Can you kind of talk us through that long touchdown run?
It was actually kind of like a broken play. Rashad ran the wrong route. So, I was trying to throw the ball to Ricky. Rashad ran the wrong route. Made somebody miss. From there, just got in the end zone. At that point, just playing football. I wasn't gonna let them tackle me. I had to go score. We came out of halftime. I told the defense we're gonna go score. So at the end of the day, that's what we did.
Jaden, Gabe Swartz, Devil's Digest. The connection that you had with Ricky was super successful today, the 2 touchdowns. What did you see from him and what contributed to that success?
Really, just going out there making plays. There's been a lot of talk about a passing game and everything, in the past, it wasn't like we had 300 yards passing, but, we connected on those shots. It's out there. We just wanted to have fun, It's always fun. It's always fun beating up on the little bros every year. So, it's fun. You don't lose to them.
Yes, sir.
Tyler, you had another opportunity scooping the ball. Can you take us through that play?
Man, so from start to finish, I had to come off. My responsibility was to come off the edge, go get the quarterback. And I knew on the backside Jack was coming, but I didn't know he was going to come that fast. When I had the opportunity, I felt the quarterback roll out a little bit. I either was going to have to dive at his legs or take a better angle when I had to plant my foot. But when I saw Jack coming full speed, he grabbed onto him, so I had to slow down because I would have threw Jack off his track. And, as he's going to the ground, I'm just, seeing the pigskin was on the floor. I had to try to get it, but it just happened. I felt like I didn't have full control of it until I got in the end zone, but
Highland legend.
For you guys to be missing 2 of your starting linebackers and to still hold them to 15 points, what does that mean to you guys? And just what does that say about your defense to be able to kind of put on that kind of performance?
I think it just shows the mentality of the defense and overall the team. It's always next man up. A saying we go by in the linebacker room is carpe diem, seize the day. I think the young guys stepped up, made plays. And like I said, this whole team mentality is always next man up. So I think that just showed it.
Jackie.
took my sack from me, Jack.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Mic check 1, 2.
Give me this back.
Jack, can you take us through the pick six play?
I mean, I played my leverage, quarterback overthrew it, and I took it to the house.
And then one for Jaden. You got a lot of pretty key blocks from your skill players in that big run, and then blocking all day. Can you just talk about their ability to make the blocks on the big run and go downfield?
I mean, without them, and then the whole line, I think did Rashad hit 1,000 yards? Did anybody know? Did Rashad hit 1,000 yards? I think he did, So, without them, we would have a 1,000-yard back, the online played well, it's come out there imposing our will at the end of the day, being more physical than them. And it showed, like they said they was going to punch us in the mouth. It didn't happen. We punched them in the mouth, and you see who got the cup at the end of the day.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Jack, if my memory serves me correct, you had 2 interceptions against Arizona here 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's 3 in 3 games.
Okay, so can you kind of talk about being able to do that and, on this kind of stage against the big rival?
I'm gonna honestly just give all the credit to Coach Herm, Ray Anderson, Mr. Crow, Marv, AP, because without those group of guys, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have the opportunity to even get interceptions or make tackles for ASU football. So, I give all the credit to those guys, man. I'm just blessed to be here.
Always nice beating up on the little brothers.
So, Jack, obviously the excitement. Coach, say anything about launching the ball on the penalty?
I was thinking about that like forever. And to be honest, that was my first pick six of my career. Yeah, so I mean, that was my only opportunity. I don't know. It was in my head. I just launched it, and I was thinking it's over. U of A got to go home sick.
Man.
And then real quick, Chase, obviously on the way out, I mean, you wrap up undefeated against U of A, but always grabbing the Pat Tillman schedule. Just what has it meant to you all those years to be here and keep that tradition up?
Ever since I got here, or ever since I've known about Pat Tillman, because I'm an Arizona guy, I've known him about him my whole life, really. Just for what he stands for, man, it's just you just got to respect him. And you got to love the fact that he gave up money to go serve a better purpose. And every time I see him, every time I pass by him, I always got to grab his hand just so I can feel like he's with me and just to feel like, okay, I'm doing this for him. I'm doing this for a bigger purpose. I'm doing this for Arizona. So, man, I love the fact that, Todd Graham put that statue there because it just speaks a lot to the guy that he is and how he affected his program, man. So I love him, man. Even I've never met him, but I love him. I got to go get that ball.
Chase,
I stole another one.
Don't put that on camera.
I
Stole your ball.
Chase, on your way out, I saw you giving a high five to a young kid and just people coming up to you wanting selfies. Just what is your relationship like with all the fans?
Man, I love the fans, man. I really do. I know sometimes they expect a lot out of us in our football team, and a lot of things to be not positively said about us, but at the same time we need them and they need us. So like I said, a city is what raises a football team. If I feel like I can get them interacted or feel like they're loved by us, and which they really are, we need them. But I just feel like I'm gonna say it like this. I remember as a little kid, I used to try to ask for people's gloves and ask for handshakes and all that, and they would have given to me. So like I always told myself, if I was ever gonna be in that position, I'm gonna make sure that the kids that are looking at me, do the same thing I'm doing and lead by example and lead to a better future. So I don't know. That's really the main reason why I just try to take all my time with them, because you're never gonna get these moments back, man, ever. So I'm glad I experienced everything that I did, and I love the fans, man, always. I'm going.
Chase, Ethan Ryder, Sun Devil Source, talking about just your time at ASU. What is your greatest memory to this point?
Grandpa.
Man, 5-0, dog. That's the best. Huh. No, I'm 5-0. No, I started 5 games, not 5-1. Never that. But honestly, man, just the camaraderie. Honestly, the love that's in this football team. Jack, he went to SC, at the beginning of his career, and then came to Arizona State. Me and him were having a conversation. He's like, man, I really love this team, and that's just who we are, bro. Like, we're gonna stand up for each other. We're gonna, I know y'all saw when the fight was going down up there. Who cleared the benches? ASU. Now U of A, ASU. We just love each other so much to the point where we're gonna do anything for each other. And that's how I feel about all these guys up here. That's how I feel about the hundreds of dudes in the locker room. And I think that's probably gonna be my best memory by ASU, just the team.
This is for any of the players. Did you guys kind of see them tearing up the logo kind of before the game? And what did you guys think of that?
Brian Johnson's a real one.
They do that to get
Listen.
themselves pumped up, but that doesn't win football games.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the cup's right here. It's been here for the last, 5
Exactly.
years. So
Cup's right here. Little brothers got beat on. They can take a nice little 2.5-hour drive down to the little, I gotta be clean, but
Little Mexico.
they can take, down to the little toilet bowl down there.
It's kind of ironic with Chase. I think he owns that trophy because every time we've been fortunate enough to win, he grabs it. He's the first guy to grab it, him and Tyler. But when you think about hometown guys that have been in the program, they know what this game's about. They've done a great job of educating our guys as well. Tip my hat to Arizona. I think coach is really doing a nice job. I told him, I said, you're building a program and the kids play hard. It's just that's the process of it. And they're going in the right direction. There's no doubt about that. First half was a half of, just kind of methodically trying to move the ball. Glad we scored some points early. That always helps. And I thought the second half, we got things going offensively a little bit more, and then the defense got some big turnovers. And we've been fortunate in this game, I think. As I reflect back, we've always had the ability to get some turnovers in this game. We've always been able to take the ball away. And that's kind of our defense is built. We're taking the ball away and not giving it to the opponent. And when we can run the football, we're a pretty good football team. And that really helped us tonight. So I'm really happy for the coaching staff, and all the players. They've been through a lot this year. Got to 8 wins. Now we're going to be presented the opportunity to go to a bowl game, which I think everyone's excited about. And we got some time off now. Players will come in tomorrow, get a little time next week, and then we'll figure out what bowl game we're going to have the privilege to play in, and we'll be excited. We will definitely be excited.
Jacob Rudner, Sun Devil source. Herm, to be able to finish the regular season with a win like this, what does that mean for this team, considering the things like you said, you guys have gone through a lot to just be able to cap it off that way?
Well, I think we'll all reflect on this season and look back and we played some bad quarters of games, and that gets you. We played some bad halves or quarters of games, and I was already thinking about that today. Before when I walked through the tunnel, knowing this is going to be my last game this year in that stadium. Said we did some things that we got to learn from, and I'm hoping we will. That's going to be the emphasis going into spring football, and then obviously when we get to participate in practices starting next week. But I think we can improve some things that will give us a better chance.
Congrats on the win. Cameron Cox, 12 News here in Phoenix. Chase just told us that Ray Anderson told the team that you were going to be the coach moving forward. I guess, what did that mean to hear that from Ray? And where do you think the future is for this program?
Well, I had no plans on leaving. So I think that was nice of Ray and Dr. Crow, obviously, to both be in there and to show the support of what we're trying to do here. And it's always nice when your players react the way they reacted. You feel like that they appreciate the things that we're trying to accomplish here and the way we do things here. So that was nice of both those men to say that.
Coach, obviously, congrats on the win. When you look at obviously Darian and Merlin being out, but just I know it's next man up and it's a unit, but what Kyle meant obviously to the linebackers today and his leadership.
The Soley twins, how about that? Both of them playing and starting. That was really unique. Eric Gentry was in there as well. Gamage, the free safety, is a walk-on guy. he's had to start because our first safety's out, Evan, his backup's out. And so I told him, I said, hey, you did a great job. In a game like this, and he's from Arizona, so he knows all about this thing. And for him to actually get to start in this game, I mean, good for him, right? And I thought those young guys played well. The Solar guys did a nice job. Eric did a nice job. And you know, we've dealt with that all year at certain positions. There's been guys in and out, and that's just what you do. Next guy has to get up. And I think what happens is those guys play, they gain more experience and confidence. And that's the whole thing about playing football or any sport, just having confidence and actually getting to play. And Gammage to play in this game, to be the starter, I mean, it's like, kudos to him. He did a nice job. Almost got a pick. I was hoping for him. I said, not only does he start, if he gets a pick, I said, he's probably going to take the ball home and everything, right? But he did a nice job back there for us.
Greg Moore, Arizona Republic coach. Congratulations on the win.
you.
You know, from Tyler to Chase, you got a lot of Arizona guys, right? This rivalry is a big win. What does it mean for you to get that win for them? And then also to be 4-0 in your career in this game?
Well, when you first arrive here, when you become the head coach, it's amazing how many people talk about this game. And they give you the history of it. All week we had different former players talk to our team. I was told by Tim Healy, our radio guy, no team has won 4 in a row, ever. Coach, right? And it's not me. He said me. I said, no, it's not me. It's the football players and the players. So I think, you know, when you think about that, you go, wow, this game's been played a long time, right? And to win 4 of them, we've been fortunate. We've been on the good side thus far. I haven't been on that other side. And I'm happy for our players. I'm happy for the staff because this is about those guys. I just happen to be the head coach, but it's about them other people that are helping do this. It's unique.
And then, Coach, obviously Jack's pick 6 was great.
Yeah.
I know you
And
always
the two
talk about,
penalties that went along with it.
yeah, the emotion of the pass. Did you say anything to him about launching the ball in
I
the
said,
stands?
I'll get you later. I'll get you later. Right now, I'm gonna leave you alone because there's 7 minutes left in the game, but I'll get you later. And that's the thing, you know, our team, this is kind of ironic. And we've talked about it all year. I think the thing that I look at is that 45% of our fouls are non-competitive fouls. 45%. All start, all sides, delay a game, too many men on the field. What? 45%. That's not playing. That's not competitive. The ball's not high. So we got to clean that up. I mean, that has to be cleaned up, right? And then you're back at 60 penalties in 12 games, and you're going, okay, we're, you know, emotional fouls going into this game. We only had 7. 7. That's all, just 7. And we got a couple tonight. But look, in this game, if you're a head coach, you chalk off 3 before the game starts. Because it's going to happen. And you say it all week, and you tell them, I'm on the sideline hollering at them, hey, man, don't do it. Or at halftime, don't do it. And then Jack doesn't only do it. I mean, he really does it. I mean, I said, you know, if you throw that in the stands in the NFL, that costs you money. And you don't have any money. You're broke. So stop doing that. But, you know, he makes a great play, and he had a great game. But it just, he can go. And Chase as well, they get to that point and then they kind of go over and then they look at me with the puppy dog eyes and say, Coach, I'm sorry. I said, I had a bunch of sorries tonight from some guys, right? And I said, just don't do it. But it's just, I'm not mad at them. I mean, I love them. I'm not mad at them, but we got to clean it up. There's no doubt about that.
You mentioned that you had no intentions of stepping down, but just with the NCAA investigation, did you consider retirement at all?
No, I don't know where we got that from. No. I told Mark a long time ago when I took this job, there's an elevator you can go up where I go, but I go to the back stairs, and I said, the day that I don't have the energy to walk up those stairs, I'm gonna walk back down, and I'm done. I'll walk again tonight. You know, no, I'm not. I'm the coach. I'm gonna be the coach. And starting Monday, our coaches are going out on the road, and I'm gonna sit in the film room, start at 8 o'clock, and this thing called the portal. I'm gonna sit in there and I'm watching tape now for the next week on all the portal players. There'll be a bunch of them in there. And we're gonna get some players out the portal too. So that's my objective. Monday morning. I'm locked in at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm watching tape on all the portal guys. And I've got a list of them. I got about a list of about 30 guys right now. So that's where I'm at.
And just one other thing, just it's been such a up and down regular season. Just how would you describe just what you guys have gone through this season?
I think they've handled it really well, our players and our staff. I really do. I just think they handled it well. We never questioned what we were trying to accomplish. And it's a shame that we fell short in some quarters and some halves and some football. It really is. But we did, and we got to live with it. And hopefully that'll fuel us and make us a better football team going forward.
Coach Gabe Swartz, Devil's Digest. When Jack was asked about his pick six, the first thing he did was actually thank the administrators and thank you for bringing him on. Can you just explain the process of what Jack Jones has gone through at ASU and what it means to you that he's kind of stuck it out?
It started before ASU. It's just if you know Jack Jones and you knew how he grew up, he's been through a lot, like a lot. And to get in here, and it had to have Dr. Cole's blessings, him to be involved in this along with Ray. And he's walked this path. And then look, a couple games, he didn't start the first quarter. He's late. Right? He's been through a lot. But the thing about Jack, when you give him punishment, he takes it, and he doesn't argue about it. He's disappointed, and then he kind of keeps going. Tonight was a prime example of that. He's in pretty good coverage on the guy, and the guy jumps up, catches the ball, and he's kind of like he comes to the sideline after the series, and he looks at me, and I said, "Hey Jack, I need you now. Don't go that way. I need you." And then he messes around, and he's supposed to go on a blitz, and he doesn't go, and AP pulls him out. And so now his job is really down. So I got to go over there and rub his neck. Tell him, "Man, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it." Sat him on the bench for a series or two. And then next thing I know, he intercepted the ball and he's running by me. And I'm going, "That's him. He can just, and then, but I didn't see what happened at the other end. The official walked up to me and said, "You got a penalty." I said, "For what?" And he said, and then he said, "No, coach, you got two." I said, "How can you get two?" He said, "He got two." I said, "No, you can't get two." He said, "Yeah, he got two." He's still the ball was in his, oh boy, Jack Jones. All you do is go, Jack Jones, right? Great play. Turned the game around. I mean, that was really the turning point of the game, in my opinion.
Coach Jonah Krell, WCSN. You talk a lot about the passing game. In Jaden's third quarter with that back shoulder throw to Ricky, and then on the touchdown run, Jaden said it was off a broken play. So just how impressed were you with his play?
Well, one thing about Jaden, and we've talked about it. I told him every game you got to make 4 first downs for me, unannounced, not designed plays. Where it breaks down somewhere, you got to go. And I said, when you go, you always make sure you will start weaving wherever you go. You get to them sidelines eventually, know when the journey's over. And then he's starting to come to the sideline. I'm going, he's good. And then all of a sudden, he turns back up in there and he gets a block and runs for a touchdown. But it's amazing how he has vision to run. He has really good running skills, and he's a long strider. Doesn't look like he's covering ground. He's covering a lot of ground when he runs. But he hit some passes tonight. Wish Tutu would have caught his. That would have been a big play. But we got a lot of work still to do. But he needed to play good for us to win, and I told him that. So you got to play good tonight. This is your night. We talked about it walking because we always leave the locker room together down the tunnel. And he said, "I got it, coach." And he did. He did a nice job. Didn't turn the ball over. He ran the ball. We hit some passes, and they did a nice job. They really did.
Chris Cartman, son of a
Yes,
source.
sir.
Herm, relative to the potential of your team, what grade would you give?
Oh, no, I don't do grades. I'll let you guys grade. You guys can
How would
grade,
you-
you guys
okay.
can potential. I don't get into
Without a
that.
grade, how would you sort of then sum up your thoughts about the season?
About the season?
Yeah.
it's disappointing in the fact that I thought we had the ability to win a couple more games, and we didn't. When you look at the season, we let a few get away from us. Utah being one of them. You know, that was a game. But I think the thing I look at too is just how it got away from us. Like, and can we do some things? And or was that team a better team that night? Those are the things I think when you look at tape, you have to look at. And we will. We'll look at that. Everyone knows that the Pac-12 conference is the Pac-12 conference, and it's a battle. And that's what I love about the conference. You got nine potential games, and how many can you win out of those 9? I think the closer you get to getting the 9 number, the better you have a chance of winning your conference. And we fell a little short this year.
And just to follow up, in light of you feeling that way, how do you and your staff sort of, your conversations about the season and how you view it?
Well, we'll talk about it, and we'll talk about why these halves came about, and what was it, and how do we go forward. There's a couple of them in my mind, I think, right now, the Washington State game, and that's just turn the ball over. You can't do that. I mean, that's a simple one. But there were times in games where we didn't score, and that was bothersome, where we didn't put any points on the board, right? And then we came back on a few of them, but in other times we didn't, and that's puzzling. It's like, why did it break down? That's the meat of it when you look at it. Why against Utah we scored 21 points, and in the second half what happened? And you can look at tape and say, well, this happened, that happened, but I think at the end, those are the things you got to analyze, because we can't allow that to happen. We don't score any points, right?
Hey, Coach, Nick Elsner, WCSN. Congrats on the win. And tonight, the atmosphere in Sun Devil Stadium was one of the best we've seen it all season. How does that make you and the program feel, especially in tonight with the game as special and as much on the line as this one?
Well, you can anticipate that in this game. I've been fortunate to be in 4 of them now. One of them was COVID. This is the second one we played here, but we have a fantastic fan base, and this is the game that's kind of the game, and you get it when you've been here, and you understand it. And when you hear the former players talk about it, and fans talk about it, right? It's interesting. There's a lot of history, and they can tell you going back to 10 years ago, 20 years ago, depending who you're talking to, tell you about games like this. And as I said, we've been fortunate. We've been on the good side of it thus far. 4 years, we've been on the good side. And that's, it's hard to do when you listen to everybody talk, right? Hard to do.
Coach, I got 2 for you real quick.
Yes, sir.
Played DB a long time. You ever seen 2 penalties like that on a player? Did you ever get 2 like that?
No, I didn't get a lot, but I had one. I had a couple. Yeah.
And then second, what's your message to fans on the direction of the program now that you're sticking around? And I mean, where do you see this program going now moving forward?
We're continuing to build, and that's what we're trying to do. And that's the great thing about it, when you have an opportunity to build it. And it's been a process. It's been 3.5 years, basically. The COVID year, you can count it as you want. I don't know if that was a whole year or not, 4 games. We've been here 3.5 years. We continue to try to get better. This is the first year that I've actually won 8 games in the regular season, and the team has won 8. Now we have an opportunity to maybe win 9. And that's always a good thing. And go to a bowl. We've been to some bowl games, not the one that we'd like to be in. We want to get in that championship game. We want to play in the Pac-12 South. We want to win the Pac-12 South. We want to do that. And that's one of our goals. That was always our goal. And we fell a little short. We beat everybody in our conference except for the team that won it, Utah. So we got to get better.